What's up? Welcome to the Electric Roller Rink Part 2. In Part 1 we discussed position playing or the scale boxes in the key of G. Box 1 looked like this. We also discussed the 3 patterns that happen in every box, so check it out and grab the tab and play along. Today also has a tab and play along. We're going to discuss up the neck playing, and in particular we're going to discuss 2-string scales. When I was in college, I had the wonderful opportunity to study with a guy named Dale Bruning in Colorado. He taught me all about 1- and 2-string scales, and that really helped my fluidity with this concept of the electric roller rink. The concept of the rink is to be able to play boxes and also play up the neck, so that you can change positions flawlessly. So let's look at 2-string scales today, because that's really the key to learning how to play up the neck. So we're going to stay in the key of G so that everything from last week is applicable to this week. Here's our first 2-string scale. 3rd fret on your 6th string, or the low E. We're going to go index, slide, ring on 7, pinky on 8. So index, slide, ring, pinky. Then we're going to do the exact same pattern, 1 string below, starting on the 5th fret. So 5, 7, 9, 10. Index, slide, ring, pinky. Index, slide, ring, pinky. And when I say slide, it's more like you're using the same finger and you're sliding up than necessarily having to do a slide, but that's kind of cool as well. Index, slide, ring, pinky. Index, slide, ring, pinky. Cool? Now here's the neat thing. Since you just played a scale, you also ended on the root or the octave, so you can start a 2-string scale from where you land. So let's reset. Our pinky was there. Let's reset to our pointer. Index, slide, ring, pinky. Same pattern. Index, slide, ring, pinky. So now we have 2 octaves and a pair of 2-string scales. Index, slide, ring, pinky. Index, slide, ring, pinky. Reset. So now you have a riff that gets you from the 3rd fret to the 17th fret. So let's use just those as a jam, and let's hear how it sounds. Okay. So now let's find our next 2-string scale in G major. On the D string, or the 4th string, it starts on the 5th fret. Again, the same pattern. Index, slide, ring, pinky. Index, slide, ring, pinky. And like I said, we end on the octave, so we can restart it. Except that when we do it on the 3rd string, we have to compensate for the warp refraction threshold, right? Which means our tuning goes from 4ths to a 3rd, major 3rd temporarily, and then back to a 4th. What that looks like for scales is we have to go up 1 fret more than normal. Index, slide, ring, pinky, go up 1 fret, still the same pattern. Okay, so let's do a jam doing 2-string scales starting on our 4th and 3rd strings. Here we go. That starts on the 4th, let's start on the 3rd. So you can see I start to change my fingering, but I could just do it the way we taught. Index, slide, ring, pinky, right? On our second string, it starts on our 8th fret. And since we're back to tuning in fourths, it's the same as all the other patterns earlier on. Index, slide, ring, pinky, in the same position right below it. Index, slide, ring, pinky. So that's 8, 10, 12, 13, 10, 12, 14, 15. And as you see, that puts us in box 6. So let's do a box 6 jam. Now, one thing you may have noticed is we don't have the ability to do a 2-string scale starting from the 1st string because there's nowhere to go below it. So that gives us an opportunity to look at the 1-string scale. Starts the same, index, slide, ring, pinky from the 3rd fret. Again, because remember, top's the same as the bottom. Index, slide, ring, pinky. Jump 2 frets, start on the 10th fret, same pattern. Index, slide, ring, pinky. So, here is a 1-string scale starting on your 1st string. So download the tab, jam along with these play-alongs. This week I also wrote down the chord names for you with the jams. And work on these 2-string scales. And also work on integrating them with the boxes. So you could do a 2-string scale like this, and then realize, oh, I'm in box 3 and 4 now, so I can play licks there. So the concept of the electric roller rink is to merge up the neck with across the neck. So try your 2-string scales from anywhere, and then try to realize what box you're in. So you can combine the two. 2-string scale, now I'm in box 3. 2-string scale, now I'm in box 6 open. Let's do one more. 2-string scale, now I'm in box 5. Box 1, 2-string scale. Now I'm in box 6. How about a 1-string scale starting here? 2-string scale, box 5. Arpeggio, 2-string scale, box 1. One more thing, remember since top is the same as the bottom, now you have a 1-string scale on both your top and bottom strings. See if you can experiment and find your 1-string scales on every string. Alright, that's it this time. Check you next time.
Thanks for watching my dad's videos. His name's Dirk and he makes music as Cloudchord, like his hat.
I'm also a guitarist and Ableton certified trainer. Every Tuesday I upload new videos, so if you learned something, be sure to
like and subscribe. And his hat is really cool.